Okay, is this working now? Maybe this is working. I'm connected now to the streaming backup server from YouTube. That one seems to work. I've switched already the I've literally just created a profile for like having HLS available as a secondary, because last week there was the same issue with connection issues. So I just swapped over to having, I just created another profile for dealing with this issue. But well, I am still with the HLS profile. It seems that both the primary RTMPS server and the HLS servers are down. And only the backup seems to be working. Maybe YouTube is regularly doing maintenance on Tuesdays when I run my races, which is brilliant. Not at all. Very annoying. No actuality, right? I think I have everything set up. No drop frame so far. I could perhaps adjust you a bit. Perhaps a bit there. So this is I think a bit extreme. I'm just eyeballing it. I've given up using the grid. I'm just eyeballing it at this point. Alright. ACC. And coughing, if you do not stop right now, I will threaten you to take the medicine again. I think I'm gonna do that in the GT4 break. In the GT3 qualifying break. I think that's a good time slot. That means I have taken it early enough, but also not too late for me, for relative to my bedtime, so I still have perhaps some effect of it, although I'm not quite sold it actually has a decent amount of effect. Unfortunately. But if it's just some occasional cough, then it's fine. I don't mind. But if it's like constant coughing, then it's not particularly fun, you know? Shit ain't fun at that point. Right. What do I have here? What do I have? Oh yeah, I wanted to open SRXP. Copy the password here. So, is good. I'm like a fox on this one. Oh yeah, here, Pro split. Because we want to enter with GT4, so we have to keep him with Pro split, obviously. Well, that's an evening race. Didn't check the time slots. Aggressive preset, right. Anything particularly out of the ordinary? Doesn't seem like it. Perhaps it makes more sense for me to stay on pad type 2, I think, honestly. I don't need to play around with the other pads. Stiffness springs up as usual. I think on this circuit it might also make sense to put a click into the rear IRB. With this, can't change the front ARB, so we're kind of stuck on that front. We could change the dampers, but I haven't touched those in a while. 6 rear wing, I'm pretty sure we don't need that much. We're gonna need some rear wing, but not that much. Okay, it's 21 degrees, we might even go down with the brake ducts on the front to 3. But I think I'm gonna keep them for 4 for now. Right. Okay, brilliant. Actually, we might want to change the tire pressures then. I think they will otherwise be a bit low. 4 PSI in there, should probably help a bit. Right. Headlights on. Although I think we don't need high beams yet. I think it's not dark enough yet. We're here in the pit area, so who knows. Once we get out on track. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, you have the pit speed limit up until the fucking corner there. Yeah, this track is hell. I forgot that the pit speed limit is up till here, roughly. Well, that's fine. Compared to RF2, you don't get drive-through penalties in practice sessions. You can pass me.
Clear on the right.
MUQU GT3. Ah, I think I might need to actually increase the brake power because I did not have any lockups there, but it just didn't stop. Which is a new one. Although the pad temp was pretty low at that point. It was my first like actual pretty good braking zone there. Oh yeah, that's too fast. God, I should buy a new rim. That pedal shifter is starting to be annoying. It's spongy response. Bogdan is just driving away from me completely.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I thought he would dive me there, but I guess he was gonna abandon his lap instead. I mean, the car doesn't feel too bad to drive so far, but well, considering how Bogdan in front is driving away from me, I would say I'm going awfully slow. This time around it stopped. So that's impressive. I actually coaxed this car into stopping. Although I'm looking at the tire pressures, I'm like, the fronts do not have any pressure. Ah, come on! Goes in second. This might be... There's another corner where you're in between two gears. Come on! Ah, I didn't engage the gear. Put the pedal shifter down and it just went bloop. I'm just like, eh, thanks. It didn't make a sound, it just went mush and just didn't click. Honestly, this isn't too bad to drive this circuit. Although once I'm trying to actually put lap times in, I'm most likely gonna start cursing at it. Because it's Misano after all. And sweat it turns every activity to be not particularly as fun. Apparently you can get away with a lot of track cut on the inside there. Apparently I'm faster than Manea. Wait a second, it's not Manea, it's Bogdan. Bogdan, and he's... Hold on, he's a significantly slower driver than me. And I'm now just on my second lap starting to barely catch him. Yeah, we P13 in GT4 right now, about 2.6 seconds off the pace. And outside of the first sector I haven't really been able to gain much. Part of getting lap time at Misano is abusing the track limits as much as humanly possible. And not locking your brakes up, which I'm doing also. I don't need 2 tenths down, I need 2 tenths up, mate. I think my tire pressures look fine now. Can actually brake later there. At least if I cocks up the exit out of the previous section. Yeah, this is the irritating part. One has the first name Bogdan and the other one has the last name Bogdan. And one is a really fast driver and the other one is the silver. I think you're letting me by, or are you that much slower in a straight line?
Car on the left. Yellow flagging sector 3. Clear on the left.
Come on. I need to move the brake bias. That told me like I have a lot of room there on the inside to give. Because I thought I had squeezed him over the apex there, but no, apparently he had enough room to live there still. Oh, that's not right. And I think it invalidated my lap before I even had run wide there. Now it's the non-fun part, which is actually finding a lap time. Because, goddammit, this circuit is fucking awful. You have to abuse the track limit so much to like actually get lap time. It's not fun. And everything comes down to like consistently abusing them, which consistency in this car is just not goes into one sentence. Produce lap time by driving hard. I guess just the Alpine is slow as fuck in a straight line there. Oh, come on! Pedal shifter, why the fuck are you failing on me in this way? It does it repeatedly into that specific corner. Where I just shift and it just goes mush. It's not that I'm I'm hitting the rev limiter, it's just the car does not want to shifter just does not want to depress. Ah, I missed the apex there. Ah, the X outside this time invalidated the lap. And the inside was still fine. Yeah, I can brake so late for this corner. I brake after Braking marker there. It's insane. Compromised my exit there. Still, where am I supposed to find 2 seconds on his lap time? Like, holy shit. This is absolutely unhinged, those lap times here. Come on! Again? It's just... It does not go click. I don't know why it's specifically after that straightaway that it constantly does it there. Lap is invalid, however. I'm not gonna get the improvement on the lap time. Carried too much speed for the previous corners. Oh, fuck off! The understeer in the second part there. God damn it. I so hate that corner, it's so garbage corner. If I don't lock the brakes there, I can brake even later than that. Like, holy smokes. Hello! Could you kindly go down gear? I didn't want to adjust my brake bias there mid corner. Yeah, I think I really need a new rim. This is I have so many missed shifts due to it now. It isn't anymore like a few percent. We're talking about in the 10% range nearly. Due to it.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Another track cut there. A good measure. Oh, another lock up. Washouts, 2/10 down. Where are the 2 seconds on this lap, however? I found half a second, but not 2. Oh, this time the brakes don't work. Well, that's fun. Every single time the brake is, I could push the braking later and later and later and later, and this time around, complete overshoot. Oh, I fucking hate this car times. It's just this fucking piece of shit. This edge of speed that is missing here. 2 seconds off the pace, it's really embarrassingly slow.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Hello, why the fuck did you lock there? Or did I move the brake bias so far backwards that you could lock the barriers now? I don't know, this thing is just acting bizarre. Okay, hey, I got flopped out of my lap.
Green light, go, go, go.
We need to adjust the tire pressures. Front right was completely overpressured, like massively. This one was overpressured. This one was slightly overpressured. I think this one was as well. Less fuel. Brake bias. Actually, not that much. Here it's because we've been qualifying. Brake power is probably fine. Rear wing is probably fine as well. Let's hit the track.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Cycle the low beam on. And let's get rolling, shall we? Just hope we're gonna get a bit better result this time around. In terms of... I mean, qualifying was also sweat last time around and we didn't get that much out of it, so let's just see. Even if we qualify midfield, we can probably get a decent result still. Considering the Maserati is not that good in qualifying. I didn't see if Saphire was actually on the grid. Or the other Maserati driver. We have teamed up again, but he had to miss the first round due to well sleeping at work. Oh man, this thing's unstable as fuck right now. I think Beswick was the guy that was also in a Maserati. He's definitely now on a Porsche. Behind me, so... Probably stay third for this corner. Just for the extra acceleration now. Yeah, and stay fourth there. High speed corner, that makes more sense. So I don't have to fight the down shift protection. There's a bit much rear rotation. Rear is a bit lively in the with this fuel out and everything. Over slow it there. Really difficult to gauge when to stop there. I'm continuing to use second for that corner instead of what I want to. Oh man, tire pressures are so bloody low at this point. That's again, I think, these tires just take long to get up to pressure on this track. This looks very mid. Very strange oversteer into that high speed corner. Gonna step on the brakes there. How far am I off the pace? 10th. Checked how far off competition. Probably a fair bit. And heck, I don't know where I can gain some time. Oh, I could have gone more on the throttle there. Again, very early on the brakes. Oh, Brake too late for this corner, kind of. Not getting slowed down enough. Oddly grips up this car. I'm drifting it more than actually driving it forwards. Alright. 2 seconds off the pace and my second doesn't even give me that much. Man, that just sucks. Mistake. Fuck me, Jesus. Jesus, this thing just has so much wheel spin at times. The sweat clap in the front is really not causing you fun. Like, lap felt like really good, but it's just like, you know, 1.4 seconds to like the front. Because fuck me.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, 1.6 because they keep improving as well. Just threw up in more insult to injury. Oh, and I've left about 7 minutes. This thing has so much oversteer right now. I do not understand why it's oversteering so much. Car's kicking like a mule right now. Better exit there. Still need more time on this. I'd like to brake later, but it's so difficult to gauge. Slightly worse exit there. Not by much. No, 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 no! Ah! Fuck you, game. It didn't slow down. Got a wiggle there under the brakes and just lost itself. Oh, fuck me! This thing just produces sometimes so weird snap oversteer. So strange, it's not doing that usually. Like, it feels fast, it's just... I'm right up against absolute limits of adhesion. There's more time in there, I know.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Easiest car to drive. sure, fam. I broke too early. And now instead of having half a second in the hand, I have nothing compared to last lap. It's like, thanks. That it had to like throw itself off the road here in this corner to ruin my lap time. And then not get out of the corner again as well. All time lost as well, just for good measure as well. Shut up, you fucking dickhead. Oh. Now that was a better sector one. Oh, come on. Need to keep an eye on the time. I'm starting to get carried away lapping here. That would be an idea if we could put some freshies on there. Try again, although I'm out of time for that. Ah, now I sacrificed also the exit here. Got deeper, but not in the right way. Oh, it wheel spin so much mid-corner there. That cost me every fucking inch that I had. And I know there's still more time than this. I had one's time in the hands in this section. Fuck off with your wheel spin, you shitbox! Plant the rear ends already. I need the power out of the corner. I need every fucking last tenth that you can give me. I don't need you to wheel spin. I need the power on the road now. Probably the last attempt that I have. Somehow, out of a bad exit, I'm making a worse one. Not again, not again, not again! Fuck you, car! Why? Twice in a row you invalidate yourself. Ah, we have no time. We can't do another lap anyway. And then this car spins. Shitbox. Absolute fucking shitbox. I just cannot be fucking granted a half decent lap time. I just cannot be given that. No, you have to suffer. 1.5 seconds off the fucking pace still. And actually Muffa is here and he is half a second faster than me. God fucking damn it. This fucking corner, like, it only happens when I'm up, which is the frustrating part. It only happens then that the brakes just do. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna not work. It flies off into the scenery. It's really frustrating. Also, that Muffa is so much faster. Yeah, the GT4 sweat is quite real. And they create you this time around in P2 actually in qualifying, so he is back to where he is supposed to be. Niversen is also up there. Reuters in P8 with his Alpine. They definitely should be in front of most likely. McDonald, Bluminous, yeah, I should be around him, but McDonald, perhaps not. I think Manea hasn't turned up actually. It's only one of the Bogdans is here. At least it seems. I would expect him to have Menno the rider in the front. Also, what's his name? German setup seller. God damn it, I'm so terrible with names, I forget them constantly. Bullwinkle. Sorry. This was not intentional. I'm just so genuinely terrible with names that I forgot your name. Even though you kind of live rent-free in my head. You can definitely say you live rent-free in my fucking head. Man, what am I supposed to do on this car to get it to perform? I'm burning about 2 liters a lap, so we can do some fuel off, we can take the medicine, all the good stuff. So there are a bunch of frames that have been skipped due to rendering lag, not really any due to... Oh, this is fine. This is good. Okay. Well then. Right. Yeah, we wanted to calculate fuel. No, I did not want to close all my windows. God damn it. I did not want this. It's really annoying that it did that. I have to undo all of it. Right. Let's stop working, which is important. Right, we need... my calculator. How much is it? So we have a 60-minute race, but we're laughing about 42s, at least the front runners in fucking GT4 laughing 42s for God's sakes. That's 1.7 minutes per lap. So lap 60 minutes divided by 1.7. That's about 36 laps. Make that 38 times 2. Because that's our fuel consumption roughly. Right. I'm gonna add 0.5 to it. So we're then at about 77, this is about 78 liters. So I think I'm gonna take 80 liters and we're gonna be fine for the 2-hour-long race. We could just pack another 5 liters in there, extra. That's right. Okay, we've got light graining action on our rear tires on our Qualy set there. But that we seem to be pretty fine on the tires. Brake power seems to be fine for me. I think that's fine. Kind of feels like I should probably run full stiff springs. Because I have a feeling I just need that stiffness into the car. Alright, where are we actually losing all the time here? Where's Murphy? Murphy's first sector is about 2/10 faster than mine. Well, that's not good. My middle sector is actually as fast as his. Nearly, about a 10th off. And his final sector is slower than mine. Yeah, and my fastest lap, which was the ultimate lap, that had a fastest sector. Actually, I have a pretty fast in my invalid lap, a pretty fast sector too. But that had the fastest sector 1, sector 3. Also featuring a decently quick middle sector, but not very fast. But when we look then. Oh yeah, Bullwinkler switched back to GT3, that's why we're not seeing him. That's why he is. He's on GT3 again. He switched from GT4 to GT3 again. Well, that's some way to keep it interesting, right? Well, compared to the pole sitter, we're about half a second down in the first sector alone, which is absolutely fucking nuts. Like, there is not half a second in that sector. There's another, like, 6/10 in the 7/10 nearly in the middle sector. And then 3/10 in the final. Which, at least the 3/10 in the final sector seem, like, fucking reasonable. In the 36-second sector, that is like, yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, I'm not gonna question that, even. But, like, 6 fucking tenths in the second. And especially that half a second in the first sector that's only 25 bloody seconds long. It ends halfway through the cornering section in the beginning. Like, sector 1 is turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, then hard braking for turn 4, then turn 5, and then you go already over the sector split before you go onto the last bend onto the back straight. There's already a sector split. And sector 2 to sector 3 splits halfway down the first straightaway before the first kink. The back straight. So sector 3 is mainly just the back straight, the high speed kink that has been fucking me over on qualifying, and that hairpin, and then those 2 corners. So really you have a high speed kink, a hairpin, and 2 corners for the final sector. And yeah, 3/10 in that is like completely reasonable. I mean, the middle sector is also like a kink, 2 hairpins. And somehow they go like, well, let's just take like 6/10 of a second out of you. And for the matters to fucking 3 corners. I feel like my lines aren't even that terrible in them. I just hate Misano. It's like one of the worst circuits in the world. And it feels like this car doesn't like it either. Hey, we at least have seemingly a bit more GT3s than last time. I guess. There's 13 of them. Right, we wanted to take medicine and it's gonna take like half a fucking hour to do that. Even though I'm not feeling too badly right now, it's just continue taking it. Maybe it finally cough attacks stop. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Right, okay, that's enough. Because I probably missed a 1 or 2, and like I think between 30 and 50 droplets it specifies. And 3 times a day. The specification for this medicine. And I did read some of the packaging stuff. I think a side effect, a common one, is that you could get sleepy off this stuff. But that's about it. And honestly, from my experience, it doesn't do that really that much. And that's coming from the guy who's constantly sleepy, so... There's a medicine that makes me sleepy, probably for fuck's... that has that as a genuine side effect on me, I will definitely notice. Race actually runs an hour later even. So it's pretty night at that point. Grab my keyboard again. So. Yeah, let's check more. Yeah, we have a bit of a mission to get back up to Iversen. Get by him. And get up to fighting with Mafai. Because P12 is a bit embarrassingly low. It's just too much sweat in the qualifying sessions. I'm just thinking if I can do anything, and it's not really much I can do. Just kind of like stuck with this car. With this car and its behavior right now. I mean, I can always switch, but like not in the middle of the event. That's what's going on in GT3. Well, I mean, Bullwinkle and the two have basically decided to no longer qualify and decided basically the pole position between them. Herzog just improved up to P3, so it's not like too much field spread, but it's still like a second. It's only covering the top 7. Fabi already 1.1 behind. .5 to P12, which is, well, about as good as GT4, because I'm P12 in GT4 and I'm about that far behind. And then there's Stein being 4 seconds slower than the rest of the GT3 Pro competition. It just sucks. Okay, there's only sweat lords, and then if you're the unfortunate fellow who's with them in the same competition, it's not particularly fun. And the issue being is that the other GT3 drivers are like, that are about your skill level are driving in silver, so they can win races. Instead of actually, you know, competing properly. It just looks darker right now, I guess, slightly. I mean, this track has so much lighting that you might as well drive without headlights. And you probably don't get lost. Man, Lumen. Also, it's a bit quiet right now. Oh, Maserati. Oh yeah, Maserati has a driver penalty. Whatever, right. Yeah. I mean, that's one freebie. Hopefully. As long as I don't wreck myself. But yeah, turn 1 is gonna be fun, obviously. Yeah, here in the faint distance, some commentator, track announcer on the loudspeakers. Although there's quite a lot of crowd in the grandstands here on this track, compared to like other tracks, like there's a lot of people in the grandstands. Very interesting to see. Right. I think I'm gonna keep it this way. I mean, we hopefully have a decent amount of straight line speed. Although, looking at those two McLarens in front of me, yeah, this track doesn't particularly do anything that is bad for them. Because there is literally 0 high-speed corners, besides that one kink, and try passing into the next corner there. No. Like, you could perhaps dive bomb a Maserati, but like not the other way around. Also, I think my frame rate is absolute shit. It feels like it, at least. At least feels like my frame rate isn't particularly fast. Yeah, we're fucking cratering here. Yeah. Our response times are god awful. Let's hope this gets better once we get rolling here. Yeah, man. I don't hear what you right now. I'm playing a game. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, we have to deal with like a bit laggy game right now. Alright.
30 seconds.
Right. Okay. Because it's time to drive of
20 seconds.
low beams, high beams. Right.
Stay single file.
Who's flashing me? I guess everybody behind is just flashing. I don't think Bula has a particular reason.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curves.
Limba. You must have it in your like you must like have this Spider-Man sense when a race starts for me. Let's hope this time around the stream stays up. I know I've just cursed it, but like because I've had similarly like last time problems with YouTube, so not sure if it is the RT or both RTMP servers, but I know that the primary ingest servers for YouTube, for RTMPS and HLS are not working. I definitely know for those two. Last time both RTMPS didn't work, and I think the primary server for HLS did work. Which is what I used for qualifying, and then it died in the race. Whoa! Yeah, the Maserati is doing this today. I'm gonna retake the stream now. Okay. Fair enough. Just download my stream key. Just gonna DM you my stream key briefly. Right, we have a lot forward actually here.
Going double file.
Yeah, we need to go on the right side of the road. Come on, pedal shifter. Should have probably done a bit more tire warming. Nah, that's not the format for a stream key. I'm fight the differential fluids. It's not good for you.
Green line, give it all you got. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh god, this is carnage already.
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
I don't know how many wide we are here. I think the answer enough is
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
gambling a bit with the track limits there. Somebody's thinking they're like hot shit here. Dive bombing in between two cars. And this has not gone particularly forward this race start. But it's very calm, I would say. Valencia GT3 wide. I don't quite get that reference, but okay. I know there was over the weekend the Fanatec World Sprint Series race, and I've watched like the ending of the second race. It was a mixed condition race from dry to there goes Marita for his drive-through. Fair enough. Ooh. Please don't clock me for track limits here. So Bloom is stuck right now being silly. Please seal the deal finally. Okay, fine.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, that was a bit aggressive from me because I think I moved that guy. Fair enough, fair enough. I think that was... Oh, well, we're dropping the frames again. What a fucking wonderful surprise. Why is YouTube? Oh, and I have no hotkey bindings or shit like that to fix it. So the stream is again gone. Yeah, it would be nice if you found a stream key so we can continue the stream.
Well, mate, that's the fastest lap.
Because my internet has... fucking YouTube servers have decided that I'm not gonna be allowed to stream anymore. It seems. I didn't actually watch back the last race and see how much garbage you turned it into. Oh, fuck off, brakes. Come on, car, do something and not just drop back in.
Well, mate, that's the fastest lap.
Work too early. Not gaining on the guys in front, which is frustrating me. It's fucking McDonald's. He's not that good. I can say it because nobody's gonna fucking listen to this thing back. Track limits. They improved the lap times as well. Come on, dudes. You're fast enough already. You're going qualifying pace already for me. Actually, they aren't. Even not for a second that I can give to qualifying pace. I have an angry Camaro behind me because it seems that I just have no pace on the circuit. For fucking whatever reason. Face lapping 44 fourths. Well, actually, I'd just lap as well. Hello, shitbox. Would you kindly point the right way? Move the brake bias. Oh, missed the apex. Hello, shitbox. Could you kindly turn? I'm running the same pace as Martha right now. Not gaining an inch, not losing an inch. Just not doing anything right now. I'm not improving. I need faster lap times. That Camaro behind is not happy about the overtake I did on him. And he's decided to kick up into like overdrive trying to get back by me. It's gonna make it particularly easier. Keep the position. Come on, shitbox. This motherfucker is getting away, actually. Oh, hey, brakes. Fuck you, car. Why in a wheel spin? Come on. I had a very slow lap last time around.
Well done, mate. That's Lukas.
Come on, turn. Like, he loses so much ground and then gains it all back like 2 corners later. What is this? Like, he's down running a gearbox on some corners and then on others he's like a second back. A Boilblinker's coming by for the first lapping. Oh, brakes, come on. I hate this shitbox right now. This is the thing, like, he can just gain all the time back in like a 2-3 corners. So like, you know, to run him down the straights compared to the Alpine onslaught. Braking very early for this corner here. Well, it's Misano, it's not like you can bloody pass here. As long as you have cornering speeds. The other guy's screwed, basically. He can gain on me on the brakes, but like I can just outrun him out of the corner, and he doesn't seem quite capable of wrapping his head around that. He's that incompetent. He's as fast as me today, so. The GT3 behind. Oh, the fastest of the ones there.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Faster car is approaching. Clear on the left.
And that's a tight fight for the lead there in GT3. 3 ways through traffic. Oh, brakes, come on! Like, you're running a wide line into that corner and the front right tire locks. How many frames have we already done? 50,000. It's gonna be about 99% again now. All connections just gone. Ah, there's a bit of mess. Okay, there's GT3 behind again.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You're gonna sit 2 corners back. Okay, fine.
Clear on the left.
It's negotiable. The other guys dropped a lot of time there.
Faster car is approaching.
McDonald and the guy in front of him. GT3.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I gotta look.
Faster car comes down behind you.
It's quite remind me. Poor guy driving a Porsche on this circuit. I remember having had to do that. It's awful.
Faster car is approaching.
There's another GT3.
Clear on the left.
As a Maserati, it's like, well, you can expect them to dive bomb because you brake very early.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Yeah, it's brought me way closer to traffic. This has helped me a lot. Which position am I actually in class? I'm only P9. Yeah, the start wasn't particularly productive for me. Not enough carnage. Fortunately, not quite close enough to profiteer of that one. Nope, you're not passing into this kink. No, you're too far back to do this.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's my fuel looking. I have lots more than I actually need, apparently. About 10 minutes extra. Because we're ready for the first third of the race. That flew quickly. Considering how little progress we've made. I didn't feel like the first third.
Faster cars approaching.
Passing them is gonna be fun. Yep, I can see you.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Votes.
Approaching. Watch out.
Oh god.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Could you hack the fucking inside, please?
Car on the left.
There was so much space that you left there on the inside curve. Oh, there's no. Sorry, I was sleeping on the wheel. Come on, GT3, go around him. Ah, too late. Didn't get the overlap there. But he's wide. I can't. He's pushing his everything just to stop me from having the overlap there. On the turn in. Sully is back actually close to us.
Car on the left.
Oh, the car's struggling right now. Starting to struggle with stopping power again. That's not good. I need to get by these two to get a freaking half decent position. But it seems like my chances have faded away and I'm now stuck here. Most likely would drop back, but it's more like it's just not gone quite in my plan. Oh, come on, brakes. Oh,
Car on the right.
that's
Clear on the right.
sacrifice my exit because I was too close for it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And there comes the fucking Camaro by.
Left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Oh, that's not nice for me.
On the left.
To bump him twice. Look, I'm not taking my fucking chances here. I want to stay in front of you just because my car's not braking. And McDonald is fucking slow. getting my elbows out. If you actually pit maneuver me out of the way, you get reported. That's very simple. I'm not gonna report that bumper. I'm not caring about that shit too much. Except you start reporting the other ones. That's as simple as that. Oh, why are the brakes locking now? Come on. I need to move the brake by so much rearwards to just stop it from locking constantly. Let's get McDonald finally. He's 12 seconds up the road. He is having a good race here. Not gotten a warning yet, but I've invalidated quite a few laps here. McDonald is struggling right now himself. He's overshooting quite a few corners. You wanna go defensive? I'm taking the invitation.
Clear on the left.
Slipstream, he might be faster than me.
Car on the left.
It's gonna be fun.
On the left.
I was giving you enough room, I hope so. I feel like, but I don't know. I mean, some McLaren, it understeers like a dog whenever high speed gets involved, so you probably were fucked when you were put on the outside of the corners. I have the mobility to get around that. Alright, we have put him now between us and Silly, which is positive development, because Silly is a handful to keep behind. Because he's a man on a mission, and that he's not gonna take me bumping out of his way laying down, and he's gonna push absolutely maximum to keep up with me. I should probably not say anything, because who knows if some random bit is gonna come through. I don't want it taken out of context. I don't have anything against you. I think it's justified. Yeah, that was necessary. I was reading quite a lot of time. And he's like the last guy who I can actually catch. It's interesting how I can still at this stage of the race match my fast times. We're just after the halfway point. But at some point the cliff will hit. We're gonna drop off pretty hard. I seem to have picked up his pace. Ooh, that's a bit wide for me. Still only track limits, not a penalty for it. Yeah, he's noticed me coming, so he's now pushing hard. Stretching absolutely everything out of his car again. I'm driving at my limits, but like... always funny when people just suddenly decide, hey, we want to just go slightly faster. Let's see if we can dance. And Bowling is actually coming back by. That might be helpful. He seems to be the only one of the front runners coming by.
Faster cars approaching.
So seemingly the freeway fight has split up. Driving through me is not gonna be a good maneuver. Okay, stay behind. That's fine for me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Well done, mate. That's all best.
Snyder, you really hope for me not going for that gap. That sucker's coming up next. Snyder's playing it easy on traffic.
Watch out.
Because he let Bullwinkle by there. Okay, Herzog.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Too far back there. Anything. Snyder's takes the apex.
Watch out.
Timed that good. Oh fuck. Okay, come on, car.
Car on the right.
That cost a lot of time there.
Clear on the right.
Left foot hurts from the braking. Can't move the brake bias with more rearwards with those sort of braking issues. With that corner. There's the toot coming up about 5-6 seconds.
Car in front in sector 2.
Yeah, you can't use the full track there. Otherwise you end up in the grass. Braking on the grass is just suboptimal. Cosmo line. Something must have happened to the dude. Because I saw him briefly up into P4. There's no Cosmo there. It's been an excellent bind. There's some locking there. There's a wide line from him. Let's see, Maserati versus Cayman.
Faster cars approaching.
There's the straight line speed. Not gonna fucking dive bump you through this corner, it's just not yet. Okay, you're going for a dive for this corner.
Clear on the left.
I would have liked if you committed a bit more. It's relatively obvious that I backed out very early there.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Man, that's a fast turn on there. For me. That's wide.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Really gambling with my track limits here. That was close.
Car on the left.
Don't mind me if I will. I should have a bit more straight line speed than him. Even though he's gonna get the draft down here. He was just overdrove this in the last few corners. Probably his brake bias isn't working or something like that, although something like the Cayman is significantly less susceptible to issues like this car, where you suddenly randomly lock a wheel. It's not something the Cayman is really that susceptible to, right? Mafia is only 9 seconds up the road. And we're actually closing in on it then.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Well, he's definitely taking his chances here.
Faster car
And there's a
behind you.
massive GT3 traffic jam behind me. Due to the entire thing of I'm not wanting to like get into a massive fucking accident with the GT4s fighting.
Faster car coming up behind you.
What happened to you, Bentley, suddenly?
Faster car is approaching. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Come on by, mate.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So, Snyder, a second behind. Good. Oh, come on, car. Saying that Mafia is about 9 seconds up the road, but he has to also like deal with this traffic wall here. Let's face it, those guys are gonna cost you time.
Gaining on the car ahead is
And I'm nearly done with them.
faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
"16 minutes remaining in the race, and I have about 8.5 seconds to Mafia in front. Pushed a bit too much in the beginning. He's seemingly starting to pay the price for it. But we're probably gonna line out of laps, I think, rather than anything else. Fucking hell, the wheels spin, man. I need to gain about a second per lap on him to have a shot.
Faster cars approaching.
I don't think I quite have that. Still just over 8 seconds, didn't even gain half a second that lap. I think he has something left there. I'm gonna at some point counter some drop off. Besides having to fight this car a lot right now. Yeah, I mean I'm dropping time there for this section. It's just that the gains are not enough to get on them. It's unfortunate. I mean, you look at the time that ACC provides, and it's like, well, you've gained like a second on him, and I'm just like, what? And I look at my delta, I'm like, no, I definitely did not gain a second on him. Thank you very much. You're talking bullshit. Oh, come on, brakes! Fuck off! That's BS. Oh, the brakes just completely ceased there in that corner. Stuff that you do not need when you're trying to run someone down. Suddenly the brakes ceasing up and dying on you. Because I'm back to square one with this gap. Still 8 seconds behind. I just cannot make inroads at this point. With any very minimal. Come on. Snyder behind me about less than a second. Snyder's actually gaining away. What the fuck is happening here? I guess I'm dropping off now because Snyder has just kicked into overdrive and runs me down now. P7. Couldn't beat Saphire quite. We ran him down in the end there, but it just wasn't fucking enough. Who pings me? Probably silly for the collisions that I had of him. What the funny shit.
Green light, go, go, go.
So it's... Oh, it's Muff actually. Right, okay. Everybody left already. So let's save the replay of this again. So, and let's load the replay of this because it's the only way we're actually gonna see anything of this fucking race. Right. Let's swing back to start. I mean, the start was still on the replay, on the stream, so I mean, not the end of the world. I like Misano. Bloomin' and Silly fighting at each other. Here comes the fucking dive bomb. This Porsche is also like nearly dive bombing me, Jeff, as well. Like, holy shit. That dive, let's watch that from him. Like, holy fuck. And the Porsche nearly took him out. I mean, I got the drive on him and it's just like, nope, I'm not. Both of them going way deep down the brakes. Doing some intimidation tactics, but he was giving room. Moved to the left, so yeah, I left him be. Didn't need the side, didn't touch him. And there's a Cayman overtaking an Alpine, or at least trying. I think also succeeds. Get more speed around the outside there. This. Whoa! Boy, that was close between those two. And it's still side by side. Who is this actually? It's the 477 and the 35 car. 35, 35, 35. That is Müller. I nearly pronounced Müller like the bloody American. I'm coming slowly. And Runsindal. 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 Or somehow you pronounce that bloody thing. Name. Right. The Renault Racing. I haven't downloaded the newest livery set, so probably I'm sorry that your livery isn't loaded. Apologies. I'm gonna deal that with the next rounds, hopefully. Right, and here comes the overtake. I think the stream basically cut off after this one, just as this one was happening. Alright. I get past Lumen, but now I'm side by side with Silly. I'm getting threatened from behind even. I go a bit hard on the throttle, but he was also like cutting back a bit early, you could say. Yeah, that was some argy-bargy for sure. I went a bit early on the throttle there. And yeah, he wanted to go for a way later like exit point. Just way further down the road. Like a few car lengths behind that McLaren in front. There, that's where he aimed for. While I aimed for like, I don't know, straight ahead of me, basically, as my exit point. And well, that's kind of just like not compatible with him. Which, yeah, that's not particularly fun, but I mean, consider there's also a Porsche that nearly just gained. Like, look at this Porsche here of like, I think that's still Müller. Müller. Why the fuck am I starting to pronounce German names the wrong way? Right, he's by the McLaren, he's by the Chevy. The Chevy still off the inside. There's a door touch. He's going full sideways. Saves it. Blumen past the outside, fully on the curb. The Alpine of, I don't try to pronounce his name again, on the inside. Now up the run here, down the straightaway again. Blumen very wide because, well, he's the bloody McLaren, it can't do high-speed corners. Breaks very early and the Porsche is back by. Blumen goes back. Okay, he stays back. Except, the Porsche is wide again, slides the corner. I guess you actually are facing at times like these issues with the Porsche in terms of like, ooh, there's a margy budget there. There was some good racing, you can definitely say. Right. Silly for the next while was following quite closely behind me. He closed a lot up on like turn 1s on me, except that right now he's not that close. I'm like constantly picking laps where it feels like he's way further back than he actually is. Oh, here's the traffic hitting wedges. Yeah, this is more like it. Being right up my rear end. Complete apex miss from there. But I'm carrying so much more momentum for that corner because I drift the car in there. And the car just bites and drags itself around it. He's still quite a bit far back on this. They charge so hard into this corner, but it just sets him up really badly for the next section here. Obviously now we're starting to hit traffic, which is like the point where it's actually after the traffic it starts to close back down. We're here now on the overs fighting him. Right. Ooh. A rough start. I mean, the start was very clear, except that most of my stream got cut because YouTube fucked up again. I mean, the first lap was clean. I did barge myself past Silly here a bit. Second lap, I think. Where is it? Because I'm watching. Let's give my. Maybe we could watch the entire overtake again. So, back here, those two to go side by side. I'm just like, well, I want to finally get by you, and if Bloom isn't gonna do it, then I'm just gonna take both of you. The second one. Oh, well, I cannot tell quite. You know, it's not quite intuitive. Yes, the second lap one. Yeah, that was definitely rough for me. No question asked. I did not like particularly present. Yeah, it's just like you aimed for like. Talked about this a minute ago. Like, let me just let it run. Like you aimed for like the exit point to be like roughly where that that McLaren in front is, and look at my car. It was just like, yeah, I'm aiming right in front of me, basically. Yeah, that was definitely a bit aggressive for me, to say the least. Not quite necessary, honestly, because I wasn't getting by you anyway at that point. That was some rough stuff also behind you there. That's it, the second one. If you, like, I haven't seen the second one on the replay yet, but it's the second time when I fought with you because I got Because my attempt on McDonald failed. Because that was rough as well. Yeah, I'm no hard feelings about any of them. I have full understanding why you would flash me for any of them. I have no issues either with you bumping into me later. Just shit happens. I gotta make enough enemies, I don't need to make more of them. Oh, where is it actually? I guess it's here? Yeah, here's the attempts. Fully locked up, straight on. McDonald is paused. You get ahead here. And that means I have to brake late, which braking late with the Maserati means, yeah, you're at a fucking world of pain. Yeah, ouch, that one. Not quite sure I would have actually made the corner, which is not a good sign. Like, usually the criteria for door-to-door contact is you should probably make the corner still, even if the other car wasn't there. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have run into the gravel, but like, I would have had for sure a wider line there. That ain't nice. Yeah, you mean you're talking about the second corner? You haven't caught up yet to this section here. This is buddy. You give me a slight bump here. Don't want to replay it oftentimes, it's just it happened so shortly. Right. Yeah, this is again where I tried to get back by. That was it's definitely a more questionable incident here. Sorry. I was just trying to get back by, and in the end it paid out for me because it allowed me to pass, I think, 2 laps later. I'm gonna check that out in a minute. McDonald as well, which allowed me to pass then Snyder, I think is his name, and also then challenge Mafa at the end. So that was pretty important actually, that I kept that position. Not just that I don't know, did he actually finish behind him and not get by him? Yeah, you actually got stuck behind him. You actually finished behind him in the end. That's something. I guess both cars have similar areas of strengths. The Chevy and the McLaren. Both very fast cars in a straight line. Obviously have decent brakes in comparison to the Maserati. But like, pretty average otherwise. Like in the yeah. Yes, it's really interesting. Like, I could just keep for the most part the pace up throughout the race. I was running fastest lap pace towards the end still. Although my tires had significant flat spots on my front right. Yeah. Light flat spots front left, and rear tires had graining. Yeah, I mean, it was difficult for me as well. If he hadn't overshot that corner that one lap, it would have been an absolute nightmare. The Porsche was easy in comparison, although he did the same mistake. Sure. It's gonna happen here. It's very difficult to pass on the circuit, after all. Even despite that, let's rewind this a bit further. Like, even despite me being pretty fast for this specific section here onto the back straight, Like, I could carry quite a bit of momentum onto this back straight. And my car is pretty decently fast in a straight line. It's not quite as fast as that McLaren in front, as you can see. It's still fast enough, but I can't outbrake people. Which doesn't make it particularly easy to pass, as it showed when I barged my way past you twice. And I stay behind here, but hey, I just overcooked that corner. And it was just then a question of putting the power down. Although he had a chance now to come back again. It's going on board. Yes, he's trying to go around the outside and it's just... Yeah, he washes out. I gave enough room, it's just the McLaren can't go around the outside there. He just washed out completely. Which isn't surprising, that McLaren has just no front end for high speed stuff. Let's briefly grab the last on the Porsche. Happens at some point. Okay, it comes. Actually, I think another lap later. Yeah, I don't know much of that. I have driven a Chevy once, but like it doesn't look. I don't know. I've not enough of testing on it to like know much about it, right? So here he had a moment there, and I'm right in his gearbox, literally. But again, he just overcooks the corner. It's wide, and now I can just drive away from him because he does not have that much straight line speed with his Cayman. And that was enough. Goodbye. McLaren. There's you struggling with this corner. That corner in the last few laps was a nightmare. I had multiple cases where my car just completely seized the front tires and just went straight. Like, I had for the most part no issues with braking for there, but some laps I would just completely lock the front. Like, some laps I could fully walk on the brake and it just was fine, and others, like, I slightly tapped the brake and the brakes completely seized up and I went straight. So... I mean, at least the car made Misano, the Maserati made Misano bearable, which is saying something. It's a fun car to drive after all, even if it's very difficult at times to drive, which it definitely was tonight. I had to fed out the throttle on quite a few occasions with my car. The brakes wasn't actually too bad. It was okay, I got the brake bias down and it just went. It just went, but like, usually you're fine on the Maserati on the throttle. Most of the time you can basically, it's not much of a change that you don't have TC. Except sometimes it just kicks in, and it really kicked in this race. Like, especially like the exit out of this hairpin here, I had multiple cases where I like went massively sideways. As I put the throttle down there in second gear and just spun the rear tires up. And I had massive graining on the rear, so it's like, that adds up. Yeah, I mean, right now, I was gonna look if there was like any like attempts you made on him, but like, right now it looks like you just stayed behind him for about a second. It's behind and just couldn't. Oh, except that literally a few corners later I'm right behind him. Yeah, he goes wide here. Unfortunately, he seems to not have messed up the next corner. He approaches it slowly, doesn't make a mistake, doesn't leave an inch on the inside, and just powers out of it. Because I guess the car, yeah, it's pretty clear that the McLaren seems to have more straight line speed than you. Oh, that was a close one. Yeah. Yeah. I guess the Camaro doesn't have that good of a straight line. Guess it might be similar to the Maserati, funnily enough, I think, from the performance here. Although I think the Maserati's like absurd cornering speeds that you can produce in high speed, especially medium to high speed with the car, is something that is like makes it a serious threat at times, the Maserati. Probably the Camaro doesn't quite have that like cornering speed. It probably has similar punch out of corners, I think. Whoa, 0 wing. I was running 3 wing, I wasn't taking quite as much chances. Although you can drop the wing quite a bit on the Maserati. I think I run usually like 3 or 4. 2 on some like more high speed tracks, although I just wasn't taking the chances here, and like I had at times going, especially through this braking through here, the rear end would sometimes try to come around here on the brakes, especially in qualifying. It fucked me up. So yeah, that was probably a good idea to keep the rear wing on, especially after like burning the rear tires. It made sense for me. But yeah, there's some cars you can just take the rear wing off and you're still understeering like a dog. At least it's not a Mercedes. Because the MUQU is just a nightmare and a half. Sometimes reminds me that I need to probably drive more different GT4s. I've nearly driven all GT3 cars at some point, but like the GT4s I'm not quite there. I've driven the Camaro, but I've actually not driven the McLaren. I've driven the Alpine actually. Obviously MUQU, I've driven KTM way too much. Got my life back from that one. You're right there. But it's just you're now on the straightaway and he just goes. I could keep up quite a bit with him on the down the straights. It's just if I was behind him on the straightaway, I couldn't dive him because the brakes wouldn't keep up with that one. Well, I wouldn't be able to stop the thing. And honestly, I'm probably one of the better drivers with the brakes on that car. Right. I'm gonna skip to like the last 2 laps, although I think you're quite a bit more back then. What was really weird is that Snyder here, he got like for a few laps like a second wind, where he suddenly at the 10-minute, I passed him, dropped him by 2 seconds, and he suddenly came rushing back at me. Was in my gearbox for like 2 laps and then dropped back behind. That was really strange. Because I didn't change really my pace at all. But he suggests I did make a mistake or two that actually like gave him like an extra second that closed the gap a bit down, but like otherwise he just came out of nowhere Yeah, I wouldn't say you're probably that much slower with the Maserati. Like, I mean, probably are, but like, it depends. The ACC is really unforgiving without ABS on the brakes. That's the really big thing. And I have experience driving cars in RF2 that don't have ABS. So I can drive pretty well cars without the ABS, but still this is absolutely difficult, very difficult. And I lock the tires a lot. I mean, I flat spotted the tires heavily in this race. And it's just like, and you have to play with the brake pads around and hope you can get it right and hope you can feel the brakes in correctly. It's really damn difficult. But if you get it right, it just flies. I've seen a few people that drive the Maserati and they set like the brake power down to 80, and I keep it at about 90, so I have a bit more brake power to play with. So I just drive this car slightly different than most people do. Yeah. In the end of the day, if you can't drive the car at all, like, you're gonna go significantly slower than if you can drive a car that you can drive. Like, even if the car's meta on a circuit. If you can't get it to handle, then it just doesn't work. And the thing with the Maserati is it's not like there's a secret setup or anything. I run mostly aggressive preset with a few tweaks. Which aren't like that much game changing. Like, I just change the spring rate so that it's on the middle setting, not the softest setting. And I ran today more ARB on the rear. And that's about it. And I take rear wing off the car. And set correct brake ducts and everything. Otherwise I'm running basically aggressive presets. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate. It did the exact same thing as last week. Just about a lap into the race, the stream just cuts because the YouTube backup server just goes down. Apparently, just you do not have connection speed. I'm gonna do next week that I, after qualifying, switch back over to the primary because I'm expecting this to happen again because there's a fallen pattern here. The primary server did not work in RTMPS. And the HLS it didn't work either, so I swapped on to the backup server and that worked. But only for practice and qualifying, and once we hit the race, 2 laps in, it died again, and then I can't do anything about it. I can change it in between, but I can't change it during a race, obviously. So there's that. But yeah, as I said, I'm using 90%, about 91, 92% in the setup of brake force. For my brake pedal, I have the usual setup that it actually goes up to 100%. So I don't have like some brake pedal reduction. This is a T-LCM load cell pedal here. And I have set, I think, to 75 kilograms or something like that. But I'm using also the medium set of springs, which at about that point fully compress. It's about the point that they fully compress the springs. And that definitely, I think, makes it quite a lot easier. Like, I've switched from about a year ago from potentiometer to load cell. I wouldn't say it's that much of a difference. Progressive pedal is nice and all, but it's like, I think those subtleties in difference for these threshold braking situations, you don't really notice when you have that improvement. And I'm also a person that, like, I upgrade my stuff and I'm like, yeah, this isn't like as much of an improvement, And only if I, like, for some reason swap back to the previous thing, I've noticed, like, holy shit, how much better this thing is than the old thing. That's me going sideways there, right? Switch to Twitch, maybe. And it's just the convenient thing of, like, YouTube converting it into a VOD afterwards. I think that's just nice and all. I mean, I could just use Restream. I've done that like years ago where I've used that service to stream both to Twitch and YouTube. I have an old Twitch channel. I've actually recently gone over there and updated a bunch of stuff, so it's like doesn't have PC specs from like 5 years doesn't load, but like it PC specs from about 7-8 years ago. My FX 6300 specs were still listed there, which was something. Also updated my name and I think thumbnail is that like avatar, right? But yeah, this is the thing with that I wanted to show with him. He just like suddenly picked up the pace and then dropped back off, and I've no idea what the hell happened there. He suddenly was in my gearbox and he suddenly was gone again. And then here is this guy being an absolute legend, Austin. Because I'm about a second here behind and I flash him. Because I misjudged the gap. And while the flash also takes half an hour on the Maserati. But he is like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way here. And just pulls over and parks. And lets us by. Okay, that's a bit much. I don't know what's going on because he let like every single car that is on track by there. I guess he did that the previous lap already, because Maffei is actually behind him at this point. And at some point he lets Maffei by, I guess. Yeah, Maffei flashes him. Nah, he doesn't quite like seem to pull over. I guess he goes by. Yeah, he lets him by, but he doesn't lose as much time as the other cases. Yeah, I mean the pulling over, but then like waiting for the entire grid to go by was a bit much, I think. Like him pulling over and letting me and Snyder and like the few other cars directly behind me by, I guess that's to be expected. But like he just stops there and like I'm fast forwarding here pretty aggressively, and he's like for a minute here in this section, nearly. It takes for like 500 meters about a minute. Oh, that was close. You can fault him for it for that. It's still like legendary for him to let everyone by. Let me by, like I clearly flashed him way too early. That was on my end. I respect him for letting us by. Because at some point you're like allowed to finish the race still, even if you're last. You're still allowed to attempt to finish it. Even if you're just running in last. Okay, totally that. Yeah, that's Koifel coming into the pit lane because he got a driver at the end of the race. Fortunately for him. And here, final lap. I'm 2 seconds behind Maffei. And I had just on that lap closed in 2 seconds on him. But I don't... but, well, it wasn't quite enough in the end. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I mean, he still finished the race. That's good. I am just like, at some point, very critical of some things when I see them. Like, similarly when I like... Do I get an example here? Well, I actually make the apex. But I will point out, like, oh, I'm missing here the apex by half a mile. It's like... It might come across nag. Like here, I'm just like way too fast in there because I locked up slightly. Like I'm going past the apex, but the problem is the apex of my arch through the corner is just half a kilometer later. So I'm running a way wider line because I effectively early apex the corner. Right. Okay then. And that's the finish of the race. In the end, P7. After starting P12 and not making up, I think, a single position on the first lap, because the first lap was just so clean from everyone that I didn't even make positions up compared to last week. P7 is still a decent result then, although it's definitely worse than the before at Barcelona. And I think the Maserati wasn't actually even that bad here tonight. I think it just... I couldn't get the pace up, and that's just bad. Right. I don't think I've gone long enough tonight. Hand. Oh, my right hand isn't working correctly. That's a new one. Okay, now it's here. Right. Yep, was nice racing here, even if I was a bit aggressive, I'm sorry. It just happened. That was very nice. We don't usually meet on track, but you definitely had a good pace tonight, while I had consistency but not a good pace. There's that, right. Okay then. So, I'm back on Thursday with PLR. Till then, bye bye.